guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So it's Lost Mojo Makes Day today. So I thought we would do sort of like a little project to take us through a few of the Lost Mojo makes. Very simple, so it's a really good one, and it's a lovely one for if you don't know what you're doing, and that's what this whole series is about. So what we're going to do, we're going to make ourselves a little Lost Mojo book. So get yourself a little book. Now this one, the spine is about, I think it's like 3/4 of an inch, like that. So 3/4 of an inch or 2 centimeters. It's about 12.5 centimeters wide, or 5 inches by 7.5 inches, or 19 centimeters. So it's not very big, and it's got a lovely yellow cover on it. I don't know how many pages we've got. It's got 190 pages. Now we are going to take some pages out because I don't want to fill up 190 pages. I want this to be quite a quick project for us, so that we can finish something, and it's a good one to just do if you don't know what you're doing. And do you know what I mean? This is why I thought it might be a really good one to do. We're going to take a few pages out. Which is quite a nice thing to do. Tearing pages out, it's a no-brainer, really, isn't it? Which is what we like. Now this book, what I want to show you, this book has got little sort of sections in it, and they pull out. So this is your middle page, and it's got sort of like a few sections in it. I'm going to pull some pages out, but I'm not going to do it like lots of other people. You have to count 10 pages and pull that one out. Just pull them out, and then we'll stick a couple together. I just want it to be a simple project. Now, in the beginning of your book, you're going to have like a front cover, and this is just one page, but this one tends to be sort of like stuck to it. So we're going to stick this one together, and this can be sort of like our first page. And then all I'm going to do, I'm going to keep those two and then tear these two out, because I kind of like those pages, but this one is the middle bit, so don't pull your middle bit one out, or leave that one. So I'm just going to go in there and tear these out. Now if the pages fall out, the ones that you don't want to fall out, we'll stick them back in again. It's not a big deal, and we've got lots of lovely pages then to use in different projects or put back into the book. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm just going to glue it as I go along as well, and I'm going to use glue stick. Now this is the best, quickest, easiest way to do it. We're not making a masterpiece, we are making something to do things in. It's simple things, Lost Mojo things. Stick a piece of paper in it and whatever. It's not a big deal, so don't think that this is really hard. I want it to be for you beginners as well, if you've never made a journal before. Now I've just stuck that page together. We're sticking them together because we want to make them a little bit thicker, because sometimes they're a little bit flimsy, aren't they? And we don't want something that's a bit flimsy to write on or stick in or something like that. Now this is the middle page. Now this is the middle bit, so I'm going to stick this one together as well. I'm not going to go through the whole book today, I'm just going to do a few so we can actually do something, but it's very nice to just glue. Just what I mean, this is something that we like to do. Just glue and stick. Look at that, stick that down. So get yourself a glue stick, doesn't matter what glue stick. There we go, so we've got another page. These two here, I don't want many pages in it, so I might even tear these ones out as well. So you've got to be careful because that's a bit wobbly. But we can add a little bit of washi tape in here. We can stick a bit of sellotape in there. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to take those out as well. So we've got 1, 2, and that's your first pages. I did have a few, I think, that had come out anyway. These ones have come out anyway, so we've got some of those. So that's your first bit. So we've made 2 pages out of that first little sort of signature bit. So this is the next bit. So we can glue the middle pages together like this one. Maybe we'll glue those 2 together, which is the first 2. And then what we got, and then I think I'm just going to tear these 4 out in the middle. I just want a few. Now be careful when you tear it out. So be a little bit mindful of how you tear, because if you've got quite an old book, you know, they might rip out quite easily and be a bit delicate, but just pull them out. If you pull out too many, it doesn't matter. It means that you're not supposed to be using them. So that's your middle bit. That's your middle bit. So these 4, this side, should come out because they were stuck together. Like that. There we go. Doesn't matter about these bits. We're not worried about things like that. So there we go. I've got these 2, so I'm going to stick this one. So this one's stuck together. Not that I did a very good job on that one, did I? Like that. Let's stick that down. Sticking and gluing. Sticking, gluing and ripping things out. Which is, it's, you know, great fun. Great fun. So a lot of people find this bit, you know, they're trying to rush to make a journal. Don't rush. Just go with it. Be quite mindful of what you do, because I think it sets you in a good pace. I'm going to put a little bit of this in here actually, just so I can go off the edges like that with my glue stick, and then put that down. So yeah, you know, enjoy it. Enjoy this little bit. Just, I mean, this is quite loose here, but can you see where it's, because this one's got strings in it or thread in it where it's been tied in. And then this is the other middle bit. I don't want lots of pages. I want it to be quite empty, so we haven't got a book once we put things in it that does that. We want it to sort of like sit there, and I want you to be able to finish it, and so it's not daunting. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes we do projects and we have all good intentions of rushing through it and making it. It's going to be lovely. We get halfway through and you think, oh, fed up with that. So I want as least pages in here as I possibly can, so that we can get it all done on a little Lost Mojo make. Because I thought, instead of making, you know, random bits and things here and there, I thought it'd be quite nice to make the random bits and put them in a little journal, so we've got something at the end of it. And also you can also go back in there into it and have a little idea of something to make. So it's almost as well, it's like a little what's it called, a little, what are they called, I don't know what they're called, like a little reference journal. Can you see there? I've got like 4 pages from those first 2. So this is going to be really quite sort of thin and nice. So this one, oh, this one comes out. Does that come out? Oh no, because that's joined to the front one. Okay, we don't pull out the ones that we don't need to pull out. Right, these 2 can stick together because they sort of like seem to be joined there. And then I'm just going to go into this middle bit like this. I think that's the middle bit of this one, yeah. So that's your middle bit, so we want to keep that bit. And this one, I was going to do those 2, wasn't I? And then I think there's probably 4 or 5 there, which are going to go. We don't want those. We don't need these. They're going to be a really sparse, oh no, that's right, little sparse little journal to start with. It might actually be easier for me to tear from the other side than that side. So what was that one? Once you get going, it's great fun. You wait and see. If you've not done this before, it's really good fun to tear these out. Let's just tear them. This one. Like I said, if you tear too many, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Let's just find the other side of that one. I think it was there. Is that a double bit? There we go. This one. I don't think I was tearing that one, was I? I was going to stick these two together. Or did I stick that one together? See, I've lost myself. Lost it now. We are going to pull... Oh, I'm going to pull it out anyway. Let's just pull it out. There's my middle bit. Let's find my middle bit. That's my middle bit. Oh, look, we've got a loose one here. Got a bit of a loose one there. Is that the middle? Let's take these out. Okay. Okay. I've lost my middle. That's my middle. This is my middle. And then I've got 3. Why have I got 3? Okay, so we want to stick 2 pages in. You can stick 2 or 3 pages together. It doesn't really matter because, you know, you can have thicker pages or thinner pages. Right, I've got these 2. That's your middle one. I'm going to pull out this one here. I made one of these. I used to make these all the time, and I did stick sort of like 2 or 3 pages together, and it means that you can put something a little bit heavier on that page. Right, that's it. I'm going to just do these. I'm going to stick these 2 together. I think that one's stuck together, isn't it? Yeah. This one's going to stick together like this. And then we will start making something to put in it. Let's start embellishing it. Let's get another piece of this. Just go off the edge. Okay, I'm going to start. So I will start making and putting something on the front, but you'll probably feel like you want to keep pulling the pages out. I could just carry on pulling the pages out and gluing them on because it really is quite satisfying to do that. Look, I've got these little bits in here. Pull those out. So, look how much. That's 1/3 of the book. So we've taken quite a lot of those pages out. So we've got 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, 2 there, and I think this one. This is the middle one. So I'm just going to do that quickly. Let's pop this bit back in. I haven't actually used book pages and stuff. I use the what's it called? Music paper book. I use that quite a lot, but I've not really taken a book apart for ages and got book paper. So this is quite nice actually, to get back to sort of like the basics of making a journal, really, isn't it? Of how we really sort of started in sort of like scrapbooking all of this thing, all of this. So look, that goes right down. So we've got lots of things to put in there. So we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages, and that's at number 72, and we've got 190 in here, so we can take lots and lots out and make lots of bits. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Look at this. I'm going to leave all those little bits. We are going to have a nice selection of book paper where we can make lots of bits of ephemera, so we can come back on a Lost Mojo one and use these like this. Let's just gather those up. Those can go into my bin. And I was also thinking as well, I made this little box, and it was to put some little wrap, some ribbon or whatever I've got around there. I was going to use it for this one, but I think I'm going to use it as a Lost Mojo box, and just put some papers and bits and pieces in here that I think would be quite nice to go in our Lost Mojo book. So I'm going to put these in here, and you know, as you go through the week, if you find something, some packaging or something like that, pop it in your box, or a little bit of, I don't know, lovely paper that you found, or a nice ribbon, or for gift or something, pop it in there, and you can use it in your book, because it can also be sort of like a little recycled book as well. Now this one is kind of loose, so I think what I'm going to do, that's our first page, so I might cover that in a minute. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a little bit of washi tape, and I'm going to stick that down through there, just so this one doesn't fall out. We don't want it to fall out, do we? So I'm just going to get this out. This is my little drawer with bits of washi tape and stuff in it. I haven't got a huge amount of washi tape, but I've got some bits, and this is kind of nice, isn't it? I've got two. I've got this lovely rose one, which I might put in. I like this one. This is from Journal Say, this washi tape. So I'm going to rip it. Actually, I'm just going to rip this. Rip that down like that. And then I'm going to rip it all the way in half, because I want one for one half and one for the other side. So just stick a little bit on. So this is it. Don't worry if the pages fall out or you've torn the wrong ones out, because we can just stick them back in again. Quite simple. And like I said, it's a great way to start off. If you've never made a journal before, this is the fabulous way of doing it. Now I've got to try and get this off there. If I can. There we go. Take that off. And I'm going to just put that like that. Open this up. Press that down, and then we can put the other piece along there. This is just that one page that we don't want to fall out. And this side can go on there. So it's going to be a book with all sorts of things in. You know, I'll try and give you lots of ideas that we can pop in here. That we can do simple. We like simple. Something that we don't have to think about. So this is why I don't want you to think about too much about pulling out your pages. Look, that looks really nice in there already, doesn't it? Nice little shabby bit. And this is the front page. There we go. Love it. Love, love, love. Now that page isn't going anywhere. So we've got this one. Maybe I could go through it. What do you think? Do you reckon that's going to go in? No, I'll save that for another day. We will come up with something else for that one. Just want to do this front bit. I'm going to just put my drawer back so I've got a little bit more room. There we go. Let's have a look inside. So let's just do something. So now we've done that, just a little bit of it. Now we've got a plain page. So Lost Mojos, what do? You sit here and you think, what am I going to put on there? Because it's very daunting having it a white page, isn't it? So let's just take these out. These are what I've collected off, just a few things. I'm not going into my scrappy one today. I'm just going to use these, which I've been using over the last few makes. I'm just going to get one which has got anything which has got the white backgrounds on, so I can use, I don't mind sticking down. So we've got these and these. This is what I used, I think, on my little folio thingamajig for the embellishments. I'm going to put this on here. I kind of like that. So I'm going to cut down this bit. Or should we have the darker bit on there? What should we do? What shall we do? Let's just stick a piece of paper on. No, it's there. Should we just rip it? Should we just rip? Let's just rip down this piece. Is that going to fit on there? Lovely. And then we can just rip this little bit. Let's rip that off. and then that can just stick on there. So that's our front cover. I'm loving the yellow because it's really nice and bright and happy, isn't it? So that can stick on like that. So that's a front cover. We've got these little bits here that we could use as like a little, almost like a little belly band on there. Got some bits on here. Got some things. Oh, this is the other one, wasn't it, with the plain bit? So maybe I'll pop that on there. Should we stick that on there? Like so. I might even go around the edge on this piece. I'm going to stick it on like that. Let's just mark that there. So guys, no measuring, no thinking, just making. There we go. Stick that on, stick this piece on like that, and then I'm going to wrap it around. Once I've stuck this on, I'll wrap it around that edge, so then it comes over this bit, I think, because we can. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to glue on here, like this, like this. It doesn't matter what you do in journals, because you know, if you want people to see it, then you can show them. But if you don't want people seeing what you're doing, don't show them. Just let it be for you. And if you want to stick a sweetie wrapper in here, then stick a sweetie wrapper in here. Don't worry about what people are going to think. I think it's that way. Because this is all yours. All yours to do whatever you like in. And I've got to the stage where as you can probably tell, I will just sort of like make and not worry about knowing what I'm doing. I'm just sort of like making a video. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. If, you know, which they don't really go wrong, it's just something that you have to fix. Look at that, that's lovely. I'm going to stick this piece down because there is no wrong. There is no wrong, we just do what we want to do and stick it in. There we go, stick that down. Pop that one on the front. Look at that, that's fabulous, isn't it? I do like that. Let's pop this one in here. Is it upside down? This can go there, like that. I'm going to do it on the back of this because it's a little bit smaller than the actual page and I don't want to glue everything together. So let's just pop this on here. Actually, before thinking about it, before I stick that down, I'm going to get something that I can make a little flippy thing with. Shall we use this? Have we got anything smaller? Let's have a look. We've got this piece. Kind of like that because I kind of like that rose. Oopsie daisy. Because this is rosy, isn't it? That could just sort of like flip over the top. Okay, so it doesn't need to be that big. I'm going to just tear this piece off. Like that. And then it can go on there like that. We shall turn this piece over like that, because this needs to stick down first and that can go over the pocket like that. Fabulous. Love it. I'm not even going to ink. I'm not even going to ink. I'm just going to pop some glue on this little bit. Let's move you out of the way. Let's pop this down. Like that. And then what you can do when you come into your craft room, you can tear out a few more pages. So you don't have to do it all in one go. You just do it when, you know, you come in and you want something to do. come in and tear a few pages out, come in and stick something into here. There we go. That's going to go on there. I might have to put some more glue on here. Might have dried a little bit. Let's go around. Stick this on. Oh, big lump of glue. That can go there. Like that. And that can just close up. Oh, love it. And then we've got like a little flippy thing. That's a beautiful rose on there as well, isn't it? Then we could pop, maybe we'll pop a little pocket on there as well. Let's just make sure. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get a little bit of this just on the corner because I don't want it flipping all over the place. Let's just stick that down like that. I think that glue, the glue stick was a little bit dry on that. I left it for a little bit too long, I think. Look at that, guys, how simple. Simple, simple. Pop that on. Just make it up as we go along. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Now we can do, I will do this, I will do the cover at the very, very last. So I think we will have a few weeks of, I'm not going to do this every week, but I just want you to have a something that you can work in, that it doesn't matter what you put in it or what you do. Do you know what I mean? You might be working on a journal that you can't think of something to do and you want to sort of like make it up and do like something in here first to see what you know, whether it's any good. It's almost like a little practice journal, isn't it? Which is quite nice. Just stick that down. Stick that down on there. Oh, I'm loving it. I would like a little something on here. I might leave that. I like the little rose, but I think we need a little pocket or something. What should we have? Where's my little thing with the little children in? What did I do with that? Oh, there it is. It was behind me. I think I moved this out of the way. I want one of these little fairy girls or something in here. She is just one of my favourites, but I keep using her. So I don't want to keep using the same one. I tend to be drawn to the same pictures for some reason. So yeah, just grab a picture of some sort. It doesn't really matter. Or let's have this little fun girl on there. I'm going to, do you know what I mean? Just randoms. Doesn't have to be anything. But I'm going to use her as the actual pocket. And then we'll make a little tag to go in there. And then that can flip shut. I need a closure. That's what I need to do. I need to make a closure on that. But that can be for another day. So let's just stick this on. Should we have a little bit? See, I always sort of like go on a little bit more, don't I? Let's see if I got something to stick on the top of this in our little treasure box here. We've got a little flower. Should I have a little flower on there? I don't want anything too thick because this is going to fold onto that. So we don't want anything too much. Let's have a little bit of spotty. Let's have a little bit of spotty fabric. Seeing it's there, let's find my scissors. Let's just see if this will, see if it will tear. There we go. Love this little scruffy bit. Lovely. Let's pull these out. There we go. Little scruffy bit sticking on there. Lovely. Right, that's all I'm going to use out of there. Oh, but then again, what's that attached to? Oh, it's a little bow. No, I'm not going to put that on there. Just want a little bit of spotty fabric. Take this. This is a new glue, so it comes out really, really quickly because it doesn't have far to go. So it's a bit oozy. Got a bit of an oozy glue. Let's stick you down there. Like that. Okay, and then, oh, I haven't got my glue gun on, so I'm going to use a little bit of 3-in-1 on this one. A little bit on the corner. Oh look, I've got a little bit of tulle there. Should we use that as well? Do you like a little bit of tulle? It's just a little scrunch up on there. There we go. So that's our little hidden bit there. That opens up. Should we make a quick tag? Shall we make a quick tag while we've got all our bits and pieces here? That is white on the back. I don't want a white one. Let's have a little bit of this. Oh, I could use this. This is the leftover bit that we cut off. There we go. I could probably go all the way up to here. I don't want to cut that bow off. I'm going to go to there. And then I'm going to just snip my corners. I'm going to take this little bit we cut off and pop it on there as a little pocket thingamajig. Oh, do we need it? It won't go in there if we need it. There we go. There's a little tag. I am going to ink this one just around here. Well, I hope this has given you some ideas, and I hope you're going to make one, because you know it's something that I would like to sort of work in as we go along when the Lost Mojo makes, because like I said, it's going to give you some ideas, I think, on, you know, or practice, a little practice for things. I'm going to just rip that off. I'm going to make a little thingamajig to pop on the top of our tag. Let's just ink this little bit. I'm going to take this and just pop that on there like that, because we can. That's why. Like that. And then this can just stick on there. The little top bit. Oops. Stay on there. This little back bit. That can go on there. This closes up and you wouldn't even know. Look at that. Love it. So we will make a little, whether I have something that you can tuck under. What do you think we should do? I don't know, we could do it this way so it tucks under. I will have a think about that. But look at that, how lovely is that? It's really, really nice. So that's our little Lost Mojo. Real nice, quick and simple. I wonder if I could just, loving this tape. Look at that, it looks really bright and lovely, doesn't it? I'm quite happy to sort of carry on. So these two are stuck, they're stuck. What's this little random piece? What you have to be careful of as well is pulling out papers, and this is a double one. I might actually stick that to this page. Pulling them out, and you're attached to a page that you've actually sort of like embellished. But I'm going to stick this page. This has already got two. I'm going to stick this page to it because it's a little bit flimsy. Feels a little bit flimsy on here. So I'm going to just, let's get a piece of this. Pop that in there. Like this. You can do this, you don't have to have a hardback book. You could get yourself a little, if you've only got sort of like soft books, just glue the front pages together onto the actual cover, and that will make it a little bit thicker. So let's just stick that down onto there. Look, I've got little bits of stuff everywhere. There we go. That's it. So that's just a little bit thicker. And then we've got all of these pages here. Got this one, this one. I think we're going to have to glue this one in, aren't we? Not glue it. I suppose we could glue it. I suppose we could add paper. This is a little bit too thick. It's a little bit too thick. So let me just go have a little rummage through here again. See, I've got this one. This is just a... This has got like little adverts on it. This is quite thin actually, which is quite nice. So let's just pop that, let's take that little bit off. There we go. Oops. Put this side. Well, we don't have to have the same one on there. You could have a different one on there, but I'm going to use this. Oops. Oops. This in there. Lovely. Look at that. I'm going to take this little piece and just pop that on like that. Lovely. Let me just squash that down. There we are. Lovely. And then you can just carry on. That's a good, quite a sturdy one. And then these, we've got to be careful how we do this now. So we don't want to pull these bits out. We want to stick these two together. And then I'm going to start pulling on these ones actually. Let's go. I'm going to stick these two together so I don't pull them out. We don't want those to be pulled out. Like that. Bit of glue on there, stick that down. You can go through the whole thing and do it, and then you can just rest it so the pages will dry, if you know what I mean, so they're not sort of like wet and sort of like damp pages. Let's find the middle of this one. This won't take very long at all to make, you know, this journal. If I can find the middle piece. I think it's in here somewhere. Let's find the middle. Ooh, this one's quite big. That can't be right. That can't be right. Let's have a look. Is that a one page? Oh no, I haven't stuck this bit. We've got a photo in there. Let's take this out. So this is going to go. Oh, this is a middle bit. Ah, that's why the other bit didn't fit, because this was attached. That was the middle bit. I couldn't find it. That's why I couldn't find it. But anyway, guys, you know what we're going to be doing now. So let's find. I won't bore you with this bit because that's sort of boring watching me pull pages out like that. But I hope it's given you a little bit of inspiration to go and sort of like grab a book. If you did want to do this, you could always get just a little notebook and tear some pages out of it. If you haven't got a book like this, just get a... Oh, did this come? My glue stick is not very good. This is a new one. This is a brand new one, and it's not working. It's not sticking, is it? This make normally I get, and it's really, really good. Whether it's the paper or my glue stick, I don't know. See these ones? That one's stuck well. Maybe I just didn't put enough on it. What was I saying? You could get like an exercise book, or get something that you're happy to work in, and then we can do some little sort of projects in here to get us going on our little Mojo journey. So there we go, guys. That's it for today. I love that. I do love doing these. I think they're really good, and we've got an awful lot of pages then that we can make little doodahs with to pop back in, or for other projects. That's made that really kind of, you know, thick, so we could put something quite chunky on that one, because we've got quite a lot of room in there. Oh, I'm quite excited about this. I won't do it. We'll do it again next week. I won't go in there. I might take the pages out so we're ready to go and do things, but we could easily do 2 or 3 pages in one sitting, and give us some ideas to get ourselves going. So there we go, guys. Love that. I love that. I love making things up as I go, and I think it's a good way of, you know, showing you if you have lost your mojo on certain things and you're feeling a little bit, I don't know what to do. I just tend to sort of make things. I don't really care what they are. You can fill this up with pockets, you can fill this up with little tuck spots. It doesn't really matter, but I love doing these sort of things. Anyway, enough chatting. Thank you so much for joining me. Do have a lovely rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.